Well, we're back, guys. Episode 13. We've been MIA for a while, but we are back at it again with another high-quality episode. Gonna be a little bit more chill today. I definitely wanted to get back to the podcast. I have been missing it, and Josh has been hounding me to do it. But yeah, I did need a little break. It was burning me out a little bit, like all the editing and not getting as much feedback as I want. It just kind of stinks. But everybody goes through it. But it was a little bit too much, and I've been really busy. But it was good. I feel like I should do them when I want to. Feels better that way. But you've been busy as well with your stuff. We've both been grinding. So it's not that I'm being lazy, guys. I am gonna consistently make the podcast episodes, but I did need a break, and I feel much better about coming back. So that's the intro. That's the hiatus of me being gone for two months. And just know that Josh was hounding me. He wanted to do it. So it's my fault. I take full responsibility.
Come on,
it's
bro.
my fault. But yeah, so how's life, man? What's up?
It's good, man. Just been busy. Been trying to work on this fundraiser. Got the website up and had a few orders. Nothing crazy.
Cool.
Trying to run some ads here soon.
Yeah, you've been grinding.
Videos.
You've been grinding. You had like an event, and I took pictures for you. It's pretty cool. You did a good job.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
We started the first fundraiser event September 29th. It's for overdose awareness and prevention.
You got the shirt on. Go ahead and show the camera.
Yeah.
A-Wear Clothing.
Yeah.
He's got his clothing brand. It's everything's gonna be in the description, in the links down below of the video. So check it out. His website. Obviously, I got my fitness brand, online training, all that stuff. So that's the plugs. This video is sponsored in part by Team Flex Fitness and A-Wear. So yeah, guys, we've been MIA. I wanted to come back. I had an itch, so that's how I know I'm supposed to really be a podcaster, because I wanted to do it. I had a dream that I did a podcast, and it was great, and we talked about a bunch of stuff. No, I've been like making little side notes about like stuff I want to talk about. So we'll cover those today. But yeah, dude, the world's kind of crazy right now. There's a lot of craziness going on.
Yeah.
We won't get too much into that, but I've been, I'm in a good mood, right? And my new thing about it is I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm in a good mood right now. But I called you the other day and I wasn't in a good mood. Dude, I can fucking rant.
We were on the phone for like an hour and a half.
It feels so good to rant, dude. Yeah. People should, if you don't have someone in your life that you can call and just vent to for like an undisclosed amount of time, you got to get you one of those. Like, everybody should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we talk mental health, right, for your brand. The price of having a friend you can just call and they listen to what you're saying, you can vent. It's valuable, dude.
100%.
I have friends that do that to me, and I'm just like, yep, yeah. Dude, that sucks. Hell yeah, dude. You're right. And they're just, and people need that.
Yeah.
A lot. I think there's like a stigma with that. People are like, oh, dude, this guy, like, don't be that guy that complains all the time. Like, have emotional composure, have a high EQ. But when you need to, I think girls do this. I don't know what the hell they do.
Guys, I think. I mean,
I'm pretty sure girls like vent to each other. That's the thing.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Let me know in the comments, girls. What do you girls do? What do you guys girls do?
Everyone needs like someone to kind of vent to and like, get stuff off their chest, but some people that don't have that, and
you got to hold that shit in, and then that can lead to that's where I believe like bad habits form, like alcohol dependency, drugs, and stuff. So to avoid that, my formula, if you want to know my personal formula for a man, okay, this is Brandon's. There's an ebook on this, or I should make an ebook, but this is my personal formula on being not stressed. You got to hit shit, right? You get a punching bag. Get like a punching bag. Okay, let me rephrase that. You got to hit a punching bag. No, you can hit people in a combat sport. I agree. I think people should do more combat sports.
Like boxing.
Yeah, like boxing. Like in that setting. That's what I meant. People are like, oh my God, he believes in beating people up. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying hit a bag, chop a tree, Save the trees.
Yeah. I mean, one of my like vents for a long time was drinking. So I definitely like struggle.
This is the healthy list. Okay, so that was the first one.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. So hit stuff, exercise, get that dopamine, stay healthy, helps your mood, all that stuff. Eat healthy, right? And then vent, like talk about stuff.
Therapy.
In a like call a friend. If you do vlogging, I know some people like write it down. I'm not a huge fan of like writing in the diary, but that's a good way because I've been pretty stressed lately. Like as you are, people are stressed. The economy kind of sucks right now. That's part of it. Like as collectively, people are more stressed, I think.
Everything's more expensive.
People
don't want to spend as much money.
People can't really do things as much. They can. Some people still got money. Props to you. But stuff's hard. Cost of living super high. Like it's like not realistic. It's like unrealistically high for most people. So, but these are things that I've done to not be as stressed, I guess. And it really helps. Venting's fun. Ranting is fun. I will rant on here. I want to get mad one day and just immediately come in here, so I can show that side. But every time I do this, I'm in a good mood. I like this. It's supposed to be in a good mood. But I do want to get on here and show my dark side.
Oh God,
dude, it's different, isn't it?
You want to get rage on the
podcast?
Dude.
Fuck yeah. Yes, sir.
It'd be interesting for sure.
So I do have some little side notes. Oh, sorry, you said you want to talk about your bad habits. What were your bad habits?
Oh yeah, so I talked to you a little bit about this, but one of the fundraisers that we're doing right now, that I partner with two local nonprofits, CASE and CCSAP, which is Creating and Sustaining Equity, and then Coastal Coalition for Substance Abuse Prevention. And what I was saying is, like, for a long time, and I still, like, every now and then I kind of struggle with it, is one of my outlets was drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, had a long day, need to go out, de-stress, decompress.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when I do that, it just leads to blackout. And like, I recognize that now. And the more I've been thinking about it within the past couple of weeks, I've been really like considering just going the next year without drinking at all.
Do you still drink once in a while?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have been often, like
so
every
let me offshoot
every
this
2 weeks
with a question. I know you were a bartender.
Yeah.
At one point, and you have a lot of bartender friends. Do you see that space as like if you're constantly around that? Like, do you think that being in an environment where there is unhealthy habits contributes to doing those unhealthy habits? I'm not saying like drinking. Like, there's different ways to drink, but for
definitely.
your situation when you're stressed,
partially, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not even a person that really like does any drugs. Not anymore. I used to smoke a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, I think everybody
but I would
has.
only like do it when I was around it. So I guess
I'm talking like as a coping mechanism. So I believe personally for drinking that it should be used as a celebratory thing. Or people like, oh, I'm a social drinker. It's like, okay, dude, you socially drink 4 times a week. You're an alcoholic.
That's what I
always said. That's not. I don't believe in the social drinking as much, but I believe in like celebratory drinking. And so I think it's a little deeper. I think it goes back in time. Like they used to drink wine after like winning a war and stuff. So like it is throughout history, and you can feel good while you're drinking. But I've also in college been that dude where like I like woke up and craved a beer. Like I was borderline, like in college when like my friends were dragging me out like day after day after out, because I never did that. I was an athlete, and then when I wasn't an athlete in college for a short period of time, like learned, I was like started partying for the first time, and quickly became physically dependent on it, and then psychologically dependent on it. And it was weird. It was like I didn't realize it hit me until I was like, damn, I want a beer. It tastes so good. It's so weird saying that now because like I don't drink as much. Like, I have zero desire to do that.
It's where I'd go like every single night.
But my brain was literally like, dude, the taste of a beer would be great right now. And I think that people unintentionally, through all walks of life, whatever their economic status is, can fall into that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean it's easy. All it takes is.
Some people can manage it better than others, but it can definitely be a detriment. But
I've been a lot better now than I used to be, but still, like I still find myself sometimes just drinking beyond the point of blackout, which is like what kind of scares me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a big believer that life is going to throw the obstacles at you, like no matter what. Like shit's going to happen, right? it's life. Like people need to understand that like bad shit is going to happen to you. You cannot avoid it. It's just like how the world works, how the universe works. But I do believe that that energy of those negative things needs to be transferred somewhere.
Yeah.
And how you transfer that, how you get rid of that, there's different ways to do it. You can drink, you can smoke, you can do drugs, you can watch fucking TV, you can do unhealthy things, you can gorge yourself in food, you know, get the little dopamine from the processed foods, or you can like transfer the energy physically. That's why like a big part of my reason I do fitness and have the fitness brand is because it's I've seen it change people's lives. Like my clients I've worked with, myself, it's saved me. You know, a lot of people can attest like not being like either dead or in prison or because of, you know, like physically changing their life. Like, you know, like whether it's, I would say like when I was really, really down in college, I joined MMA and I was always getting in like fights or almost in fights with people because I was angry all the time. And then when I joined MMA, I got the shit kicked out of me by people who actually know how to fight. I never got in a fight like ever after that. And I was cool with everybody and I got along with everybody because I was angry, like inner demons. And I was like, I couldn't get rid of it. But then I started training and, you know, it's interesting what it does to a young man. Yeah. And women. I mean, it's the same. I'm assuming it's the same, but I'm speaking on from the perspective of a man. I think it's a little bit different for women. I don't know because like testosterone and estrogen and stuff.
Yeah,
dude, I can just hear the girls pissed from me saying that. Like I can just fucking picture them.
But
what do you mean?
Fitness.
But anyways, you know what I mean.
It's a good outlet for everyone, male or female. You know what I mean? That's a great
I'm talking. Testosterone is aggression hormone. Releasing that testosterone as a man. Young men are going to have more of that. We have a testosterone deficiency in our society, but young men, healthy young men, like I was healthy. I had too much testosterone, like out of control. How do you channel that properly? Men used to go to war and fight, right? At like 18, like throughout history. We don't do that anymore. We stand outside and picket and just like make up these scenarios that aren't even real to like bitch about. Like physical, like hard manual labor is becoming increasingly rare. That's why tradesmen make more money. No one wants to do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's like a little bit more of a bigger thing.
Activity.
Yeah, for sure. And not to like get too deep into that, but yeah, I definitely think that's needs to be taken more serious. And then so I'll just read over some of my things really quickly. And this is stuff that I wanted to talk about. Like I'm gonna get on here and just talk about shit I want to talk about. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not trying to talk about Elon Musk every time.
Whatever, man.
Anyways, so Elon Musk. No, just kidding. No, he hasn't been doing shit. I did write down. I had like my notes, and whenever I'd have something hit me really hard, you have the same thing. Well, I added some extra stuff, but I want to talk about. And this is kind of like what made me think about was like recently. Have you followed like the Logan Paul and Dylan Dennis like fight boxing thing?
No, I haven't.
Not much.
I mean, I know a little bit about their history, but I haven't been watching what's been going on recently.
Yeah, we won't like dive too deep into it. Anyways, obviously people don't like either one of them. Like Dylan Dennis is a troll and internet troll, super huge internet troll. And Logan's just like
a lot of people don't like him or his brother.
Yeah. No, Jake's cool now. I fuck with Jake.
Yeah.
Jake is cool. Logan is yeah, I don't know. I used to like Logan more and now it's reversed. But the funny thing about that though, and this is an objective like opinion. People like Jake more now. They hated Jake. Nicknamed the problem child.
One?
Yeah, he's the younger one.
Okay.
They hated Jake. Like he was a little douche. Like he was. But now Logan was more likable. He's kind of chill. Now it's flipped. And the interesting thing, and from me, my perspective, is that Jake has been consistently taking boxing very seriously. And he like sticks to a training regimen. He's got like $1 million gym. He's like all in. He just recently said he wants to be the #1 boxer in the world. People were like, okay, dude, calm down. But he's like really taking it serious. And people are respecting him because of it. He's like decent now. If you watch his training videos and stuff. But it's interesting. The more serious he got with combat sports, taking it serious, the better his character improved. Because he's getting rid of all this ego, all this shit that people don't like in society, which goes along with what I was going to talk about. And my point to that is, Logan has not. He was a lot of people were criticizing him before his boxing match with Dylan that he was not in. He would go to work out once a week, and he was just like kind of not taking it seriously, and it shows in his personality. That's my point. Is that
what my perception is of the two is it kind of seems like Jake's in it because he wants to be the best, and Logan's doing it because he just wants to be like popular and make money.
Yeah, Logan's probably a better businessman, or at least focused on that more. I will agree. He's really like obnoxious about his company Prime, which he owns like I think 5% of.
Yeah.
But he claims it's his company, and he makes a percentage of it. He's probably making a fuckload of money, to be honest. But don't let me cuss anymore. My grandma watched my podcast and was really upset. So
bleep it out.
Yeah. So I gotta curb it. Sorry, guys. I do have to curb the cursing. I do it a lot, but I don't know. It just feels so good.
That's normal around here.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially military. Everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. And I was in law enforcement too. It didn't help. But I did it way before then. Anyways, but I forgot what I was saying.
You just bleep this out. Shit.
What was I saying? Sorry, Graham. But my point was,
you were talking about the feud or between Logan and
yeah, just how like boxing has made him into like a more likable person. But there are like intrinsic traits that people have that they don't realize that they have that can be curbed through hard work, being humbled. Like being punched in the face by somebody better than you is like extremely humbling for people. Most people will never go through that. That's my take on it. It's like very primal, but
character growth.
Yeah, man. I think
redemption.
that's like a huge thing in our society that's lacking. My whole point is that character is becoming increasingly important, like actually who you actually are. And my belief is that there's so many cameras around. Everybody's on social media. Everybody always has a camera. Technology's constantly increasing. That if you're a douchebag, people are gonna like see that eventually. You can't really like hide that as well anymore. So instead of like maybe 5 years ago, it was all about your image and you could kind of hide behind stuff. Nowadays, everybody's on TikTok and random normal people are blowing up. And if you fuck over, if you have like a crypto scam like Logan did and you fuck somebody over, like you can't that person isn't silenced anymore. They can go on TikTok and get 1 million views in a day.
Great example of that, Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah, I hate Ellen.
Something's coming out recently about Jimmy Fallon too. People are saying Jimmy Fallon behind camera is like completely different person.
Dude, yeah, well you can see you can just look at him and see how he interacts. He's just fake, dude. Authenticity. That's the whole genre of why I wanted to get on here, and my whole like revamping of even my small brand and everything. It's like authenticity. That's going to be moving forward, like what I'm going to focus on, and I think that is like valuable, like super valuable. So I would say, because I do a lot of thinking about how to do this, because nobody wants to, work the 9 to 5. And that was how this podcast was originally started. It was a self-improvement podcast. And so keeping that theme, I will say, if you want to be successful in anything moving forward besides working for a company, because they don't want authenticity, they want you to be a little robot. But if you want to do something on your own, you want to start a brand, you want to do anything, be as authentic as you can and be as passionate as you can. That's the formula.
I think that's
even for you.
The reason why I'm debating about quitting drinking completely is because I want it to be like, I want to show that I mean what I say with my message. You know what I mean? With mental health and everything. And I feel like I don't want that to get construed when the people
Dude,
see
can I
me
tell
out
you
in
something?
bars and
Like right here. Can I tell you something right here?
Yeah.
And I haven't said this to you before. I'm going to say it.
What's up?
In front of the cameras.
All right. What's up?
I don't think that your message lines up with like the bar scene. I wanted to tell you that.
Yeah.
Like as a man.
No, I mean, I
would want you, if I was your manager, I would want you to separate the two. I know all your friends, right? But I don't think it lines up with your brand. Not in like a mean way. I'm just saying as like
no, I
moving
100%
forward.
agree with you. And here's what I'll say is the reason why I wanted to start the message in the bar scenes is because a lot of people who do struggle end up in that scene.
I totally understand.
And trying to build my image there and then expanding out everywhere else. That's kind of where I wanted to start.
Yeah, I totally get that. But
that's not where I want
I've noticed you've started partnering with like nonprofits and stuff.
Yeah.
And I would like to see you migrate away from that.
100%. That's what I want to do. I don't want to live in the bar scene for all my everything I'm trying to do.
Because
So,
as an outsider, I'm just trying to think, like when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, if I didn't know you, because I know you, it's different, right? I have like a biased opinion. But if I didn't know you, I would be like confused.
yeah.
I mean,
No,
what's
I
going on here?
agree. I had someone message me, like a friend of mine, and say something about that.
Yeah.
And it kind of hurt my feelings because
That's
my
why I didn't want to
heart's
say
in a
anything, but
different
like,
place than that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's not about like, oh, come out to the bar.
There's a guy, one of my mentors. Shout out to the PT boss, Mike Trotter, if you're watching this. But there have been mentors in my life where things have stuck with me. One of the things he said to me was, "It's not what it is; it's what it looks like."
Yeah.
I've told you that before.
I know.
And it's not what you're doing. That doesn't matter. The world doesn't care about what your true intentions are. What's shown to the public, what the perception is what people see.
You're
And
not
that's what
wrong.
it actually is.
You're not wrong.
So just harping on that again. I know I've told you that before, but I was just kind of like wanting to tell you that.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
I
just
mean,
figured, why not in front of both cameras,
I agree
live
with-
recording?
I agree with you. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all.
Yeah.
I agree, and that's something that I've been really thinking about is branching out and not being in that scene, but still letting people know that the presence is there.
Yeah.
If people need someone to like reach out to.
For sure. No, I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
it's not a bad thing. It's just something, in my opinion. Well, it's another thing I want to talk about, guys. Your friends should be able to do what I just did to Josh. Like, your true friends should tell you shit that you maybe they don't think you'll like or that you maybe don't want to hear, but they tell you anyways because they care about you as a person.
Yeah.
Agreed?
I agree.
I think that
Should be able to tell you whenever
yeah,
you're
dude,
wrong.
that's a fucking valuable trait to
Not be
have.
around yes men.
Yeah, dude. And I have like an abrasive personality, and I think a lot of people are like yes people around me. And so I really like when like people are headstrong enough to be like, "Hey dude, you're being a jerk. Like why do you do this?" Like, I have friends that do that to me. And it used to make me really mad, like consistently. Like, I'm talking for years. But now I like actually listen, and that is the formula for becoming a successful person. Like, listening, like genuinely taking that advice to heart. But yeah, so that, and then I have the next topic I wanted to talk about. Kind of well, I'll skip the next one, but I wanted to talk about this is a TikTok I saw, and I wrote it down. I wanted to cover it. Was just optimizing your environment. So she was talking about like decluttering, throwing away old stuff, condensing your workspace. I'm guilty of that for sure. Like, I don't hoard stuff, but I like to keep stuff. Like, I might need this someday,
Me
like
too.
everyone does, dude. But it's
Still have
actually
a
so detrimental.
phone box, that LG phone box.
I have all my
It's like
iPhone
4
boxes
years
ever. Like,
old.
why? Like, we literally know we don't need iPhone, like
Yeah.
the boxes, but we keep them anyways. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, just decluttering, guys. Get rid of stuff. Optimize your work environment. Like, less clutter, less stress around your workspace. It really does work. I've started to do that, and it feels weird when you just start junking stuff. You're like, oh, fuck, I have nothing. It's like, yeah, you have nothing valuable. Yes, that's correct. You
Dude,
know?
when I first moved down here, it was so bad. Like, everything I owned, I pretty much packed in my car, and I just kept building up stuff because I was like in a bad mental health headspace.
Yeah.
And eventually, when I cleaned out my car, dude, I filled up like 2 whole trash bags.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's crazy.
it's so nice to get rid of this.
Yeah, it's good though. Like, stuff like that is really like quick, easy stuff you can do to make your life less stressful.
Especially your home, the way that your home is. You know what I mean? Because you're in it every day. If it's all dirty, you're gonna be like, man, this freaking sucks. Like,
Yeah, so good transition into that. Speaking of homes, have you seen these $50,000 boxable homes?
no, that
think-
sounds like a good idea.
I think, dude, you know what? It is the Elon curse. I'm talking about Elon. I think Elon owns this company. I don't know if he does or not, but I know it was one of his ideas. But it's called Boxable, and it's a $50,000 home that they just ship to you, and it's pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. But thoughts on that? Like, are they doing that secretly with the intent, knowing that people are going to have to live in these homes? Like, are we destined to either buy or live in a home that is owned by Amazon in the Amazon suburb community, and that's the only way as an employee we can live there? Or like, what's that guy, William Taft, or I don't know, one of the old like steel mill guys did the same thing. But anyways, are we destined for that, or like $50,000 boxed homes? I don't know.
The way that the economy is going and the way that the housing market is, I think eventually the majority of the lower middle and the lower class is going to end up living in tiny homes, boxable homes, anything affordable. That's actually an idea of mine that I had like a long-term goal.
Yeah.
Like within 10 years
To get a tiny home?
I want to make a tiny home community, like affordable housing where people can pay like between 500 to 1,000 for rent and it not be like ridiculously priced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's smart. Yeah. But I think a lot of people are going to probably be able to finance that faster and better than like a normal person would.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Which is again in lines of like Amazon buying houses, the same principle.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be drawn to the company that doesn't do that, or like one per customer type thing. Because if they start doing that, then they know they're giving away their whole.
I think
like the idea is that you buy it, like all of it, and if they just sell it to one person, and people are still going to be, because they're not owning homes at that point, they're still renting, so the housing market is still going to crash.
Yeah, I think corporations don't have any place in the housing market as a whole. You know what I mean? Like maybe
exactly, it should be illegal.
Maybe in small pieces. I mean, they can make it illegal too, but why is it that like, say I have $1 billion, imagine how much land and housing I can control for $1 billion.
I mean, look at China, look at Bill Gates, they are doing that. They're literally doing that,
and it leaves no room for us.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Like your rent here is stupid.
It's fucking stupid
for one person.
Yeah,
they say you're not supposed to spend more than 1/3 of your income on your house.
Okay, what if you're spending 150% of your income? I wish I was kidding. Okay. Anyways, so pivoting, because I want to talk about different types of stuff.
All right.
We're supposed to be laid back talking. I'm going through the list. Why not?
Okay.
Sam Sulek. I know you don't know anything about him, but I'll briefly describe Sam Sulek for my fitness people in my community. You guys obviously probably know who he is. He's blowing up on TikTok, blowing up on YouTube, blowing up on social media. Basically, what he did was he decided that he was just going to start making videos. He literally clips like a microphone to his hat, right? And then just like has like a nice camera and just like sets a tripod up and just sits there and he'll be like, you know what I was thinking? Like he just says what's on his mind. It's just very raw. It's not edited. He just sits there and like, he's very intelligent. He speaks eloquently and he's like got a good, he's like a good guy. He's like got a good personality. You can tell he's not like, the fame hasn't hit him yet. You can like definitely like see that. And he just like speaks what's on his mind, and he'll talk about like the lifts in like a different perspective, like lifting weights and like what's going on in his mind. You can tell he's really passionate about fitness, and people love it, dude. And it's funny because like I used to follow YouTubers and like fitness YouTubers, and they've transitioned to like, they're very money hungry. They've blown up. Obviously they were the first ones in the industry, and now they have a lot of money, and it's completely changed them. Most of them has completely changed them, and people are so like turned off by it. You can see it in the comments and stuff. And one of the things that I thought was interesting with Sam is that his just genuineness, his authenticity, like it's viral, right? And so there's something going on with people in the world where there's like a lack of like transparency, because everything is just designed to take money from you, and it's all fake. So I wanted to just hear your thoughts on like, is there going to be a period coming up where people are just solely drawn to like good people, good characters, good authenticity? Is it going to like, is the social media / that atmosphere going to flip on its head, or like why do you think these people are getting so much traction?
There'll probably be a mix of both, but I mean, for the longest time now, it's always people being like, I need to blow up. What do I have to do to blow up? They do the craziest things.
Yeah.
And
people are kind of bored of it.
Super scripts, and they just do wildish things. Like now it's like when people go out and do pranks and stuff, you know what I mean? When I watch those videos, I'm like, you're a freaking idiot, dude. Like, why are you
It's
doing
very
this?
cringe.
Yeah.
And people are like, I feel like also people think people are dumber than they are. And then so they try to appeal to that community just because like you're going to see the obnoxious comment that everybody likes. But that's not like representing the whole community. Like most people are just like, ugh, ick.
Yeah.
You know, when you see something stupid.
But there's still, I think there'll always be people out there that want to watch stuff like that. But
Yeah,
for the
like
most
slapstick humor.
part, I would prefer, more authenticity. Like
Yeah.
just people just being themselves, not trying to put on a persona.
Yeah, personally, I've noticed that it was like long form content. People wanted to get to know people's stories. People did it because they were passionate about it. And then there's a lot of money thrown because attention is currency. So that space was filled with money. And then it changed, and it was all about like TikTok made us literally our attention spans like 20 seconds long. And now people are getting out of that. Like, I don't even really necessarily want to see a 20-second TikTok anymore because there's so much of it. I think people are being like drawn towards more story-based, long-form content. And it's funny because I know this is true because TikTok's now paying you more for long-form content. So they're actually getting such low attention spans that they're literally paying people to like actually give a shit.
Make
make people give a shit. So yeah, people are definitely always going to be drawn towards like realness and genuinity.
Yeah, I mean,
genuinity
short-term content in general is kind of a cancer.
Well, yeah,
Really.
it's just not. I mean, it has its place and it's good to condense, but it's kind of like this, right? Like how I view it as like the world is full of books, and books like for the longest time were like the main source of entertainment before TVs and everything. So it'd be like taking all the books in the world throughout history and just like giving a brief synopsis of every book. It's like, yes, you could read a lot of books, but at some point you're like, okay, you don't have the same experience as reading an entire book from start to finish. And that's essentially the world we live in. We are gaining a lot of knowledge on things, but we're getting such a short, condensed version of it that we're actually not grasping the whole identity of the topic that we're talking about.
And it's easy to get it twisted too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To make
Exactly.
it look like something that it's not.
When you're just breezing through topic. It's like, okay, well you got most of it, but the one thing you're missing is this part. And like that's what makes the real comprehension of it. I don't think you can shortcut comprehension of like important subjects or philosophies or ideas. I think you have to like really take time to grasp it. Okay, that being said, what do you think? So Halloween's coming up. Yeah, go ahead.
One quick thing about the TikToks. You want to talk about you've been seeing those AI people that are like, thanks for the roses.
Yeah.
Glizzy, thank you. How ridiculous is that?
Yeah, there was a lot of people doing it. The only ones I see now doing it are the New York City like street performers, and it's like that's all they do all day long. And
imagine walking on the street and walking by them and be like, "What are you? Thanks for the roses."
I don't think they care. The weirdest part to me isn't that; it's the people that donate. Yeah. They're just donate. It's I guess it's like a carnival. Like they're just like monkey dance, but it's so weird.
I think it's because they see.
I definitely don't do it on the weekends.
A reaction to what they do. Well, think about it. If you like,
those people are weird, Josh. Anyways, moving on.
When you said something to them and they're like, "Thank you for this," you're like, "Oh, well, they reacted to what I did." So it's I don't know,
dude.
I think it's dumb.
The funniest one though is those like third world countries kids that get a hold of a phone, and there was this one kid, and he just knew like the one word. It was worms. And he had a big bowl of worms, and he would just like eat worms for like donations. I never saw. I don't know. It was weird, but I was just like, dude, he's probably making bank for like where he lives.
Oh, good for him.
But like people are so mean, dude. Yeah, it was really weird. There's a lot of weird stuff on TikTok. I don't know. I haven't seen it again, so maybe they banned that type of content. But very very strange. So Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
And thoughts on dressing up for Halloween as an adult?
I mean, why not? Bring out your inner kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's the cutoff age though? Because we did a live, guys. We did a live before the video. We always do a live. So if you want to have us answer some questions, we're gonna answer a couple of questions or whatever, or talk about some topics that somebody was talking about on the live. But we asked, and there was like mixed opinions. Some of them were like, you're never too old, and other people are like, if you have to ask, then you're too old. Well, which is also fair.
Here's what I'll say. I don't think there's really necessarily a cutoff, but also, some people dress up in like the wild, outlandish outfits during Halloween. I think that there's definitely a cutoff age for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like an excuse to dress like inappropriately. Yeah.
I don't think a 70-year-old dressing up
Hey, to each his own.
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding. Yeah, no, I don't see a lot of that, but you do see a lot of taken as an excuse to kind of dress, a certain way.
yeah.
But there's also like a whole cosplay community that likes dressing up. I don't know though. Like I don't.
Do
I
you
dressed
dress
up.
up?
I dressed up as the Joker one year, and I like really got into it.
I can
Dude,
believe that. I can see that.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram. But like dude. Okay, I can see the whole Joker, at least the Joker effect. I put that makeup on, and I like looked a lot like him. Had the same outfit on, and I was younger, going through some stressful times. I was like, I'm the fucking Joker. Like I literally felt like him. It was weird.
What's crazy is that he's like the anti-hero, but I think he's also looked at as like an idol for so many people.
Well, he represents like the regular person. Like even in all the episodes, he represents like the modern person who's going through the system,
Constantly being put down by society.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Joaquin Phoenix,
he did a good job.
Best. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. You seen that TikTok where they said that part where he was punching the
clock.
It was like ad libbed.
It was unscripted.
Yeah, dude.
And they thought that he broke
crazy.
his hand. He's like, "Oh, forgot to clock out." Bah, bah, bah,
yeah, that's good. He's a good
wall.
actor. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, damn, that's pretty good. He did a really good job. I think it sucks that like the Joker Heath did the Joker before him because it really overshadowed his performance, but he did a really good job. Yeah.
He his death was partially related to him playing that role.
I know. That's what they say.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. I remember watching him in A Knight's Tale. I liked that movie when I was younger. So yeah, going back to TikTok, because I had two things about TikTok. I don't want to talk about TikTok the whole time. But have you noticed the increased ads?
Oh yeah. I've been getting it like every 3 or 4. It's an ad.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So my immediate thought was like, okay, they literally made this like almost a zero ad experience when it came out. Got massive, and now we're getting hit with the bombardment of ads.
I've also
They're
been getting
bank.
a lot of pop-ups on TikTok that's like run your ad. So I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, so they're hitting me up about my business, and like they want me to be on there selling stuff. Obviously, they're going to take a percentage of it.
Yeah.
But what I've noticed is like, even Instagram, like 6 months ago, I put in for my shop, my Team Flex Fitness, all my products. 6 months ago, it just got approved right now. And they're like, and so I can literally just go on there and click anything on my website. It's really cool.
I haven't even started that yet.
Yeah, but it takes a long time. You have to make a Facebook page, and you got to like do the W2. Like it's freaking annoying. But yeah, it would be good for your stuff too. I mean, I'm gonna actually start utilizing. I usually don't intermingle that, which I need to, but
TikTok would be a good
to
place.
tag one of my, like if I wear a shirt and I could just tag it, and they go straight to the website if they click it. Like,
TikTok would be a really good place to get sales, but the only thing is now that you say that, like it's probably so drowned out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when I get on there, it's like ad first, always ad, video, ad, sponsored product, video, ad, video. It's like, holy shit. It used to be just video, ad, video, ad. And now in my like for you, like my For You page is all messed up. It's like not even anything. Like it's weird. They're doing something to it, but
they're trying to make some money.
Trying to make that cash because the economy sucks. But and as far as that goes, thoughts on DoorDash?
DoorDash?
I wanted to look up who owns DoorDash because
I'm pretty sure
that's the bane of my existence.
CEO of DoorDash, if I could be wrong about this, but I'm almost positive that he's like a huge gambler, poker player.
Really?
Yeah.
I can see that.
I could be wrong, but I watch a lot of poker videos, but I'm pretty sure like one of the big owners of DoorDash is on there all the time. Yeah. I'd have to look it up again. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he just. But that's probably
is he American based? Is he like an American? Is he under American ownership or my thoughts is like the door dashing itself is like it's a service, right? There's no like upkeep for it. So it's very expensive. I know a lot of people, all my friends use it, and like a lot of my money goes towards. So I'm thinking, where is all this money going towards?
Tony Zhu is a Chinese American billionaire.
Dude, I was fucking I wish I would have said it. Why didn't I say it? I didn't want to say it. I was gonna say, I bet you it's a Chinese company, and we're just sending our money.
Well, he migrated with his parents at the age of 4. So
It's Chinese owned though. Tell me it's Chinese owned.
I don't think it's Chinese owned.
The origins of the company have to be Chinese.
Hold on, let me look. DoorDash.
I'm gonna get flagged for saying Chinese too much.
Let's see. American based. I'm curious too. I'm pretty sure it's American based.
I should have looked it up.
Founded in Palo Alto, California.
That means nothing. So it's Chinese owned. It's California.
Area served Australia, Canada, Germany, New Zealand, Japan, United States. Oh, I didn't know that they were in multiple countries either.
It's we'll have answers for you next episode, guys. We're gonna dig into it.
So I used to have a real problem with DoorDash.
Oh yeah, you got beef with DoorDash?
No, not like a beef, like an addiction to DoorDash.
Oh yeah,
dude.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone does.
I had the Dash Pass. Let me show you how much money I've saved by doing Dash Pass.
Oh yeah, you don't want to see mine.
It's
yeah. What's
really
yours?
bad. I'm about to show you.
Comment your Dash Pass savings down below, guys, in the video.
Oh my gosh. Let's see.
I'm not sharing mine.
You've saved $1,579.32 in fees.
All right, I'll share mine then.
You go to click on your account and then manage Dash Pass, and it'll tell you right there at the top.
Is that like lifetime?
I think so.
Where is it?
So click on your account.
Yeah.
Go to manage Dash Pass, and it'll tell you right.
You got an Android. Yours. Oh, never mind.
You've saved this much in fees. Which, when I do the math, you probably save an average of like $5 to $6 an order. Yeah, you probably save $5 to $6 an order. So like divide that up, and that'll tell you.
When is that? Is that your lifetime though?
I'm pretty sure it is.
When did you enroll?
I haven't been in like the past 6 months, but billing history, it only shows me back to February. I think.
Yeah, mine's like 1,200 to 1,300.
I think I started it like back in 2020.
Damn, I didn't know. Yours is a lot too. Damn.
Yeah.
Did you do it when you were like bartending and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's been a while.
It was like
mine's within like 2 years.
Breakfast, lunch.
Mine's literally $1,300 in like 2 years.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, we're at 40 minutes, so we're not gonna go too much longer. But yeah, I wanted to get on here, everybody, and just kind of touch base. We are still alive. We are still kicking. We are gonna be probably. The editing is hard. At some point, I'm probably gonna have to have an editor. Yeah, because it's just too time consuming. But I will try to do one episode a week. Yeah.
Or we can do every other week.
Every other week.
Yeah.
One episode every other week.
Let's do that. That was
That's two. That's 2 a month though.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And then if you get bigger, we'll just do one every week.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's dependent on you guys. If you want to see more episodes, tell your friends and family. We need to get bigger.
Give us some topics because we're gonna try to be more like
topics from the live today. Topics from the live day. Did you write them down?
Yeah, we already talked about them.
No, we didn't.
We talked about the TikTok. The other thing that they wanted us to talk about.
Okay, so yeah.
Do you want to talk about that? It was.
Is she trolling?
Mike Busey
from Ashley in the IG live.
Yeah. So apparently
she's adamant about this, talking about it's a Veterans Day party in Orlando, Florida. We'll just keep it at that. You guys can look it up what that entails.
Mike Busey is classified as the wildest house in America.
Yeah,
wild parties.
Yeah. So it's Anyways, it's a party house. All right, there we covered that. And then what was the other thing?
How do you live like that every single day though? I just don't understand.
It's probably fun, to be honest. Well, it would get old. What's the other thing that there's another thing on there? I know there's 2 things.
The other one was the TikTok beggars.
Oh yeah, we did talk about it, like panhandling and stuff.
Bit. Yeah, but so whenever I first got on TikTok, there was a guy. He actually lived in New Bern, and he considered himself a TikTok beggar, and that's literally what he did on live all the time. He would just be like, "Hey, anybody got $1? Anybody spare $1?" The whole live.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and he's probably got like 15,000, 20,000 like followers.
Did he make any money though?
I'm sure.
Probably.
And he'd be like asking people for money and be like, "Yeah, I got this lobster dinner.
Dude,
Thank you guys for giving me money. Here's my lobster and steak."
Nice.
I'm like, What, you're just slapping people in the face, be like, hey, thanks for giving me your money. I'm not going to go out and buy groceries.
But maybe they think it's funny though.
Maybe, I don't know.
I do go down the rabbit hole of like once in a while you'll have like that one like video of that weird person and like they're just in a crazy situation and I can't stop watching the videos. People are hilarious. I personally think it's hilarious.
It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. That's why it's entertaining.
There's a couple more topics I wanted to talk about, but we're at 45 minutes. I don't want to go to an hour because it's way too long. But yeah, guys, that's the episode today.
I gotta go too. I'm meeting.
Bye. Oh, you do have to go.
Yeah, I'm meeting.
Josh just leaves.
Case
smashes the camera.
And Kelsey with BTM. We're basically laying out our plans for our event. Our event's next Sunday on the 29th.
Cool.
So we're gonna have like fentanyl test strips, Narcan. I was gonna ask you. Side note, what's your like opinion about that? Because sometimes I think about it and I'm like, I don't want it to be perceived as like endorsing use.
Oh yeah, we talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
The fentanyl test strips.
Yeah, fentanyl test strips, Narcan, like giving it out for free. Like I want it to be like there to like save lives, but I also don't want it to be like viewed as endorsing drugs. And when I think some people would have some sort of conflict with that. But
there's pros and cons to both sides. Obviously, it's like the argument is like if you have asthma and you're not supposed to smoke cigarettes, but you have like an inhaler with you, are you more apt to smoke a cigarette as if you didn't have the inhaler? That's like kind of the same comparison. I would say it depends on the person. You're probably so it's hard, right? It's like lions for lambs. You are definitely probably going to end up saving or helping a situation that otherwise maybe would have not have been helped, but you're also going to unintentionally perpetuate something maybe that wouldn't have happened. And you have to look at what are the odds of like either happening more.
Yeah.
And I think you're more likely to help someone in an emergency by providing that than to coerce somebody who's like on the fence into doing something, because most of the time people doing it like that to that degree, like you providing a test strip like is not going to stop them from doing it. So
right.
You're more likely to give it to a friend that's around them. And I guess it would be the movement. It would be like letting people know like, hey, keep these with you if your friends are doing it. You potentially save them, and it definitely does save them. Like we used it in law enforcement, and a lot of people probably would have died without it. A lot of people don't like it because it like does perpetuate that, like, oh, there should be consequences to doing this, but like, should they die because they got laced with fentanyl? Like, absolutely not.
I've lost a lot of friends to fentanyl.
Yeah, it's just tough, man, because you shouldn't be doing any of it. So that's the bigger movement. So I think, yeah, you can do that, but I wouldn't put too much emphasis on it. I would just like do it once in a while. Personally, me, because like the really where you're gonna change the whole dynamic is like talking to them and creating like a movement.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, it's a
or trying
a
to
difficult
help
battle.
Give those like therapy resources to them so they don't have to use that as an outlet.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's probably beneficial. Like it's better than it is, But yeah, you're definitely gonna have some negative kickback to having it because somebody's dumb and gonna be like, oh, I have this, so I don't have to worry. Like that's just how they perceive it.
No.
Which is like you can't really help that person anyways if that's the perception.
You can't administer yourself Narcan, so.
Yeah, but you can tell, hey, like because people do that. They like overdose on purpose because they know, like then their buddy brings them back. Like that is a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking nuts.
It's stupid.
I don't understand. Like.
No, yeah, that is why people have an issue with it because they purposely overdose, and then their buddy brings them back.
My main concern.
They actually have parties that do that, like literal, like
really.
Yes.
They just overdose and use Narcan.
Yes.
It's freaking nuts.
Yeah,
why?
it's pathetic.
Like, why?
Don't know.
And
why do it in the first place?
It's habits like that you can't really help. But the other ones, like almost 70% of the overdose deaths in the past 2 years were fentanyl related.
Yeah, that's crazy. The big issue. It's like let's get rid of that. People are so shitty, but
just put it in everything.
Yeah, that's the world we live in, man.
I just wanted to ask your quick opinion on that. But
yeah, that's my opinion. So pros and cons on it. But I would say if you could funnel those resources for that into something else, maybe do that. Maybe like have it available for people that want to reach out, but then it's still the same thing. It's tough.
More to try to help people with addiction and recovery.
Yeah. No, like if you're a friend of somebody that's doing it,
Oh yeah.
to have one in your car or something in case something happens.
I think that's,
but less available to like just go pick up at like an event, I guess.
That's kind of why we're trying to give
maybe
it out
try to
screen
who's getting it. That will help weed out some of the people that shouldn't be. Like for instance, like, hey, provide your, you can, these are free. We'll send them to you. Like send them, right? And then be like, give me a little background, put your social media here so you can like check and see who it is, what I mean? Or just some type of screening. I'm not exactly sure how you could screen for that, but just like, here, here's your email, and then just do, make sure that, because any type of screening, some like a druggie's not going to put their information on the internet for any reason.
Yeah.
So immediately, like, they're not gonna, if it's just laying at a table at an event, they're gonna be like, oh, fuck, I'll take 3. You know what I mean, or something like that.
I think there's just like a stigma that surrounds it too.
Yeah, there definitely is, and for the reasons I told you. But yeah, I mean, it's still awesome what you're doing. Either way you put it, you're still trying to do something which is more than 99% of people out there. So props to you, brother. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Episode 13, Free Fall Podcast. Again, I didn't think we introduced ourselves for the new people, but
what's up?
Hi, Josh Chapman, aka Jay Chisel, and I'm Brandon Smith, aka B Smith Flex on social media. All our socials will be linked down below, and our organizations. If you guys want to check those out, much appreciated. Episode 14, probably next week. I'll probably do another one, and then maybe do every 2 weeks after that. So, this episode will be available. Well, it doesn't matter because. Yeah, it's available when you're watching it right now. Anyways, okay, that's it. I'm going to the gym, and he's got an event to go to, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you made it this far on the episode, thank you so much. You're awesome. You are absolutely amazing. If you have made it this far, then clearly you care about our message, care about the podcast. Please share it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the podcast. Favorite it, bell, all that stuff. Every little bit helps. We truly appreciate it. And that is going to be it for today. So appreciate it, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and we're out. Peace.